there, I'm the 996, and today's video has to do with Blume's Gidion's Hunt. So Gidion's Hunt is about a teenage vampire hunter. What I like about this book is Gidion isn't just hunting vampires because he's some magical chosen one. He comes from a family of vampire hunters. And it's also a unique twist is that his grandfather mentored him into becoming a vampire hunter, while the father, who gave up on the business, doesn't know that Gidion is actually hunting vampires. So that's something unique. Also, his teacher, he has a history teacher. Now, he's supposed to be being kind of discreet when he's vampire hunting so that people don't realize that he's a hunter. But when he saves his teacher from a vampire, well, that sort of goes out the window. So it's also this is a bit of a spoiler alert. He finds out that one of his friends is involved with vampires, and not in a way of hunting them, but in a way that his friend is basically being a feeder, which means that he allows the vampires to boom, suck his neck, and then they kind of get a high off of it, like a drug addict would get a high off of drugs. And then a lot of personal connections that are happening with the people that certain vampires are hunting. I thought about giving this 4 stars if I had to give it 4 out of 5, but honestly, I would give this about 4.5. When I was first reading this, it just really helped be a good distraction and be able to dive into a story that was fun. And I liked the well-developed characters. By the time I got to the end, it just, for a lot of reasons, proved that this story had more depth to it than I even thought. And I would give it 4.5 stars. If you want a book that has a character that cares about people, is a really interesting, great hunter, while still showing that he's a teenager, and he's still going through regular things that teenagers have to go through, then this is the book for you. One criticism, okay, maybe more than one criticism, is I think even as someone who has come from a family of vampire hunting, he didn't grow up his whole life being a vampire hunter or being trained in this. And he is very good being a vampire hunter. Yes, he's being trained by his grandfather who used to be a vampire hunter, and he's supposed to be a natural, but he just seems a little too good at vampire hunting for someone who hasn't been doing it for years and years. To me, it seems a little unrealistic, even if he is supposed to be a natural and being trained by the grandfather. My other criticism is I feel like I said, well, it kind of comes back to that. I guess I felt like if the grandfather had been trying to teach him to vampire hunt for years, that would have been a little more realistic as to describing where he was in his skill set. Because Gideon is only a teenager. He's an older teenager in high school. I mean, the guy knows how to wipe his fingerprints to make sure that he doesn't leave behind any evidence and call the police to make sure that the vampires aren't going to want to leave a scene, want to make a scene where there can be brought a lot of attention to themselves. Those are certain things, okay, he was trained about this. But I'm thinking, in the midst of these very fearful, life-threatening situations, someone's going to really remember all these small details? It takes a lot of experience, I would think. Just like a cop, I would think. No matter how much they've been trained on things, it takes a bit of experience to probably put that into action. He doesn't seem like a rookie at all. I mean, he has hunted other vampires other than the vampire that is the vampires that are presented in this book before, which is another unique twist. It's not a matter of following how he becomes a vampire hunter. He's already a vampire hunter when the story starts. I just feel like there could be more realism if he had been training for years to get to this point. So, other than that, read this book if you want adventure and you want some depth. The ending is really bittersweet. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to ruin it for you. It's a bittersweet ending that really makes me feel like it shows more of the depth of this character and all the other characters involved. So I'm the 996. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. I hope everyone is staying safe. And if you like Vampire Hunter books, or you're interested in watching this, reading this, go ahead and read it. Also, I will link below an interview I have with the author. It was so much fun. So if you're still on the fence, I don't know if I want to read this book, read the interview I have with the author. I really think that it will help intrigue you more into wanting to learn more about this world. Thank you and have a great day.